Hello traders, welcome again to the weekly Forex Forecast. My name is Gabriel Ujimadu, and I'll be taking you through the market opportunities, trading opportunities for October the 9th through to October the 13th. As always, we'd like to start by looking at the fundamentals, what the economic calendar holds for us for the week. Monday, Tuesday, I don't see any high impact news, and from Wednesday, we'll begin to see volatility into the market, especially on the USD. And one important data that will be coming out on Thursday, which will affect the USD, is the core CPI data. So traders, it will be important you watch out for this data and plan your trades around it. On Friday, we'll have GBP Bank of England Governor Bailey speaks, and then we have the prelim UOM consumer sentiment. Aside from that, highest impact news I expect for the week will be the core CPI data, which will affect the USD. Last week, we had very important news, which is the NFP, and we saw how the data's played out, strengthening the dollar. But then if you were to analyze it even further, it didn't really affect the dollar so much. But still, it's gave a very positive outlook into this week. So looking into the currency outlook, strength outlook, I still have the dollar, although still coming out as top, but it weakened from the data we had the previous week. So dollar is not as strong as we expected it. So into this week, we may have some level of correction on the data, but still, it's still the strongest across board. So top on the list for me into this week will be USD, NZD, Swiss franc. And to the weak side, my biggest next change will be Canadian dollar to the downside, Australian dollar, Japanese yen, and of course, euro is on the neutral, though it's on positive to neutral. But I will still classify it on bearish to neutral because of the setups, I mean the technicals that I see playing out. So best pairs into the week for me is USD pairs. On USD pairs, I have Australian dollar USD to the downside, GBP USD to the downside. We traded GBP USD to the downside last week. Fantastic trade. Also, we traded Euro USD to the downside. Well, we'll be looking at it because it still came out on our radar as best pairs to trade into the week. So I'll be giving you the levels and the technicals that you should expect. And then we have USD CAD to the upside. On Swiss franc, we have Canadian dollar, Swiss franc to the downside, Euro, Swiss franc to the downside. We have Australian dollar, Swiss franc to the downside, and Swiss franc, Japanese yen to the top side. So I will show you all of that. And then also some interesting pairs on NZD, like NZD CAD to the upside, AUD, NZD to the downside, and NZD GPY to the downside. So let's look at what the charts are saying as it relates to this pair. Okay, so starting with what do we have here? USD CAD. We're looking at USD CADs to the upside now, but it's important to look at the bigger picture of this. So you see, while first and foremost, I would like to see some level of retracement on the dollar around this zone before I look up to go long. So if you pull out our fib ratio tool, you will get those levels. So anything within the 50 to 61 fib ratio will be the perfect place for me to start looking to go long on this pair. The profit target is towards the 1.3781 level. Okay, so on the bigger picture, you will see that this pair we expect it to correct to the downside, but with the strengthening dollar, I still don't see this happening. So what we could see is this correction and then make another retest. Probably we could be heading to the breakout of this channel. If you look at it on the weekly channel, you'll see that this is well supported by the technicals. This is looking more like a flag, and we could see that breakout to the upside, and then we will be looking to target the next key level. around here. Okay, so traders, watch out for that. We have that retracement towards the fib levels 50 or 61.8, and then further rally into our next key previous highs, which is 1.3781 level. Okay, Euro USD, let's look at Euro USD. Euro USD, last week we traded this pair, and it did pretty well, although we weren't able to hit our profit targets. But for anyone that traded this last week, this was where the market began. You would have banked in about 123 pips. Our profit target was just 130 pips, so about 7 pips short of our target before we now started having the retracement. So into this week, when market resumes, I would like to see more further correction of the dollar. Okay, so that means the strengthening of the euro, okay, into the upper boundary. If we have a breakout from this, then we could have even further extension of this correction into the 1.0832, but it's important to watch out for it. I've given the marker here, so I would like to see this breakout to the downside. Okay, if we begin to see break to the downside of these support, key areas of support, then I would like price to take out our previous week's target, which is 1.0440. Okay, and next on the list is Great Britain Pound USD. If you traded this last week, bravo to you. It means you banked in all of the pips right spot on targets. That's 128 pips. Okay, so price took out our profit targets from last week, and now we've retraced again back into the levels of last week. So I would like to see more correction. So price may just give us further extension into the upper boundary of this channel. So anything from either 1.2270, so we'll watch out for it, or 1.2422. Any of this level will be a good place to start looking for sell positions. Okay, down again into the previous lows of last week, and that's 1.2060. And if we break that level, then the next target is 1.2013 level. So I've given you the levels there, 1.2277 and 1.2422. So watch out for corrections into that level. And in case we are able to break this, so you need some confirmation, and that will begin with the breakout below this support level, these key areas of support. So watch out for it. Watch out for it. So this should give us a nice, if we begin to see a break below this support line, this will be fantastic for us to take profits at the 1.2060 level. Next on the list is Australian dollar USD, and let's look for it. Just a moment. There you are. All right, so this trade, this particular currency pair, we've been trading it for some time now, has series of profit targets that we've earmarked for it. Now let's look at it. So last week we took out about 2 targets, although I didn't trade this last week, but you could see it was an analysis we did, I think, 2 weeks ago. So this has already played out. So into this week, let me take this out. So I will be looking for price to make a sell-off into the 0.6270 level. Look at it on the bigger picture. We've been making this nice sell-off, and we're expecting price to sell off to the lower boundary of this channel. So in case you can look at the bigger picture on weekly charts, you will see where our targets are. So on H4 chart, I'm looking for rally to the upside as we expect dollar to weaken a bit before into the beginning of the week, and then we'll start making that sell-off, okay, prior to Thursday, the core CPI data. So my goal, my plan is wait for new correction into the upper boundary, then begin your sell-off into 0.6270 level. Okay, so next on the list is Swiss franc pairs, and we'll be starting with CAD Swiss franc, Canadian dollar Swiss franc. Okay, let's jump right on it. CAD Swiss franc, just a moment. There you are. So on CAD Swiss franc, I like this pair again. So look at it on the bigger picture. So we've been ranging for a while now. This is on a daily chart, so you can see for how long, how many months price has been ranging, trading in a range. So I'm looking for more sell-off to the downside. Now on the H4, we could see that correction into this level. Let me give you the figure, the actual price range. All right, so somewhere around the 0.6736, but I'm looking to sell off on this, and that will be towards the 0.6611 level. Okay, 0.6611 level. If we see a break beyond this, below this, then my next key target will be 0.6551. So don't forget, we've been trading within a range, and I'm looking for further sell to the downside. Okay. Next on the list is Euro Swiss franc. Euro Swiss franc, just a moment, we'll find it now. So Euro Swiss franc, our plan is also to sell off, to sell to the downside. Now, if you look at this pair, really interesting technicals we have here. So price has been trading within a channel, and now we have price bouncing off from this channel, and you can see the momentum on a daily chart, on a daily time frame. So going down to H4 time frame, I will expect to see, if I begin to see price break these levels, then this will be my entry level towards my profit target, and that's 0.9563 level, and then 0.9533 level. Okay, so look at it, expecting this sell-off to these key levels of 0.9563 and 0.9535 level. Really interesting setups we have there. Next on Swiss franc pairs is AUD Swiss franc. Just a moment. So AUD Swiss franc, there you are. So on AUD Swiss franc, we're looking to sell again to the downside. Now look at it on the bigger scale. That's on daily time frame. So here we have price respecting this key area of resistance, support, turn resistance, now turning resistance again. So we first of all have a breakout from a channel. So the profit target for this channel is 0.5764. So if this is to hold without new correction to this key resistance area, I will expect price to make further sell-off towards the 0.5708 level. Swiss franc, Australian dollar, Swiss franc. So nice setup for me. I'll look to trade this particular pair when market resumes, and that's AUD Swiss franc. Last on Swiss franc pairs is Swiss franc Japanese yen. Swiss franc Japanese yen, not one of my best setups, but then I'll just have to wait for that confirmation when price begins to trade above the 164.30, because last week we had Bank of Japan intervene in their currency, and you see that massive uh, uh, gain in the Japanese yen, but that was quickly faded again as markets, made tremendous correction above that, or against that intervention by the Bank of Japan. Although we didn't see them any news to that effect, but when market happened, when price Japanese yen acts or behaves like this, obviously it is an intervention of the bank or from the Bank of Japan. So into the future, as market resumes, I'm looking for further break above this level, and that will give us the profit target for the breakout of this channel, and the level is 165.58. But please wait to see that nice confirmation once price breaks above 164.30 level. And that's it for Swiss franc pairs. Last pair we'll be looking at is NZD pairs, and we'll look at NZD CAD, AUD NZD, and NZD Japanese yen. So let's start by looking at NZD CAD. Okay. On NZD CAD, let's go there. So NZD CAD, we're looking for long positions, and we could see that nice rally here. You see price making that nice higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. So the question is, will price continue to rally into our next key target of 0.8259? Well, we'll watch out and see. Already we have evidence that this is a higher probability because price is already traveling within a channel. You see that? So on the H1 chart, you will see it more clearly. So price is already traveling within this channel, okay, and I expect it to make further rallies into the 0.8259 level. Next is Australian dollar NZD. Let's get it out. Australian dollar NZD, and on the daily chart frame, you will see the trade, the idea behind this strategy or behind this forecast that we are headed to the downside. Now, if you look closely, you will see that price traded within a range, and now we're seeing a break away to the downside of this range. So going down to H4 chart, it's not far-fetched to see that we will expect price to at least cover the profit target for this breakout from this channel, and that is the 1.0565 level. All right, so that's it. I like this particular setup's really nice, and that's Australian dollar NZD. So was looking for further sell-off to the downside, and the profit target is 1.0565 level. Okay, and last but not the least is NZD Japanese yen. NZD Japanese yen. So let's look at what the setup is like. NZD JPY. Now we traded this last week, if you recall, guys, and this was prior to the intervention of the Bank of Japan, and you can see how markets sold off to this. But this is a trade that we've been trading for a long time, and we're expecting further rally to the upside, and you can see where our target is. So in case you traded this last week, I believe we've already had that nice correction back into our target, back into our direction. So we're expecting further rallies towards the 9096, and this was our last week target. So we're looking to trade it again into that level 9096, and that's the last pair we'll be looking at, traders. So in a case you are you want to trade these pairs, don't forget to use correlation analysis to choose the best pairs that doesn't correlate with each other. So much pairs to trade, so much nice setups. I'll be picking the best of the best to trade, but well, I've given you all of them. It's now served on your desk, on your trading desk. So make the best out of it, and don't forget to apply good risk to reward ratio, good money management principles. Okay, and I wish you all the best for the week. Don't forget to subscribe so you could get notifications when the next video drops. All right, wish you all the best. Have a great trading week. Bye bye.